You buy a brand new electric vehicle rated for 250 miles of range, pack the trunk, and hit the highway for a 200-mile road trip. With a 50-mile buffer built right into the math, you figure you have plenty of runway. You can cruise straight to your destination without worrying about a charging stop. But an hour down the interstate, the math stops making sense. The dashboard range estimate drops significantly faster than the actual miles you're covering. That comfortable 50-mile safety net vanishes. It's a mild, clear day, so cold weather isn't sapping the battery chemistry. And the car is brand new, so battery degradation isn't the culprit either. The manufacturer's 250-mile sticker number isn't a lie. It was calculated using a blend of city and suburban driving, a mix that simply does not align with the sustained high speeds you settle into on an open interstate. Those missing miles are the direct result of physics. The moment the vehicle enters the highway and speeds up, an invisible force begins attacking its efficiency. As an EV moves down the road, its battery is constantly fighting several competing physical forces. It loses energy to the friction in its drivetrain, to auxiliary systems like the air conditioning, and to rolling resistance, the physical effort required to push the heavy tires against the pavement as they deform and roll. In a city environment, traveling around 30 miles per hour, that rolling resistance and the constant start-stop momentum of urban traffic are the absolute dominant consumers of the battery's power. But once the car accelerates past 60 miles per hour, a new force takes over. This is aerodynamic drag, the sheer physical effort required to shove the air out of the vehicle's path. By the time you reach a sustained 70 miles per hour, aerodynamic drag overtakes all those other factors combined. Pushing the air aside suddenly consumes 60 to 70% of the vehicle's entire energy budget. Merging onto a highway flips the vehicle's physics profile. The car leaves the low-speed struggle against the ground and enters a high-speed battle with the air. This graph shows how different forces react as you drive faster. While rolling resistance climbs at a steady, linear rate, aerodynamic drag curves exponentially upward. That steep climb happens because drag increases with the square of speed. If you double your speed, you quadruple the force of the drag pushing back against the car. Looking closely at the curve, a car traveling at 70 miles per hour experiences nearly twice the total drag force of that exact same car driving at 50. And when you push the cruise control up to 80 miles per hour, that force spikes again, reaching nearly 2.6 times the drag resistance it faced at 50. When we apply this math back to the 250-mile road trip we started with, the real-world consequences become clear. This chart shows exactly how speed eats into the battery capacity. At a conservative 60 miles per hour, the car easily delivers 240 miles of range. But at 80 miles per hour, that range drops sharply, down to just 175 miles. Since standard government range tests rely heavily on lower-speed urban and suburban driving, they rarely capture what happens during a sustained 80-mile-per-hour highway sprint. Because of the square of speed, each 10-mile-per-hour increment above 60 comes with a progressively steeper penalty. The faster you drive, the faster the air drains your battery. A severe winter freeze can reduce battery efficiency by up to 25%, but driving at high speeds can drain up to 35% of a vehicle's advertised range. Yet drivers spend an enormous amount of time worrying about the weather while ignoring their speedometer. That's largely because managing temperature is an automated technological fix, whereas managing speed requires an active change in how you drive. The solution is simple. Dialing back the highway cruise control from 80 miles per hour down to 70 cuts aerodynamic drag by 23%. That single 10-mile-per-hour reduction buys back 15 to 30 miles of real-world range. On a long drive, those recovered miles are frequently the difference between arriving at your destination and being forced into an unplanned charging stop. To accurately plan a long road trip, you have to look past the sticker number on the window. If you're cruising at 70 miles per hour, expect about 75% of the car's advertised capacity and map your stops accordingly. Speed dictates the physics of the drive, and it is the single greatest variable entirely within your control.